Hey, 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 how you doing? I'm,
Hey,
s-
how are
I
you?
am good. It is so nice to be meeting with you, Andrea Turner. It's amazing. I love you. I love what you do, and being a body, spirit, and soul transformational coach, that is something that is so valuable and something that we need. It's
Thank
just
you.
amazing how what we're doing today and all the things that we're doing, how what you're doing just makes us more. People talk about holistic, right? And just brings it
Yes.
together on a holistic basis. So I am so happy to be here with you today, Miss Turner.
Well, thank you. And I'm so honored and blessed that you have invited me on this platform today, that we're going to just adventure out and talk about adventure. I
Oh,
love it.
yes, yes. I think we need a lot of adventure in our lives today. I think we get so bogged down in what we're doing in our the day-to-day lives and everything that's going on that we don't take these adventures. And now, since we're always on these screens, we don't get out
Mhm.
and doing much adventure. So I know that's something that is just something we all need.
Yes. The one thing that I was thinking about, though, with this subject matter that was really a curiosity provoking thought was that how many people in the world are really adventurous that are going on adventures and they really don't even know that they are? It's probably so many more than none. Yes, we have the status quo that might be just stuck in life and barely doing anything, not dreaming their dreams, not going out on their visions and their plans and creating the goals and momentum to get things done. But there's a lot of us actually on a day to day, because what I truly believe, life is an adventure. And when you're living life, you're on a journey of an adventure.
Every morning when you wake up, it should be like, what am I going to discover today? What am I going to do today? Instead of everything is so structured. It's like, no, let's just enjoy the now and this day and have that adventure. That's absolutely so. The smallest things can be adventurous, but it's for us to be able to find out how to take what's life and turn it into that adventure, that little moment. Like, I'm going to the store. It's going to be an adventure. How
There
do we
you
turn
go.
that into an adventure?
Yeah, I love that part because it's something that I read and it's about uncertain outcomes. It says it's a predetermined outcome is not an adventure, but a packaged experience or an amusement ride. But with life being uncertain, there will always be like adversity and unease, but uncertain outcome is a gift of possibilities. I love that.
I like that.
I
I
love
like
that.
that. Yes. Uncertain possibilities. That's beautiful. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And it's I love it because as we were talking, talking about adventure and thinking about adventure, we always works for me because business is always in the forefront, right? Business or helping others. So it's like you take that and you say, well, you know what? Helping others is an adventure. So to not get so stuck in the day-to-day rut, how do you turn that helping others into an adventure? Because sometimes it's about, when you're helping others, it's about them. But you can also benefit from that by having an adventure with them, right?
Wow. Wow. Wait a minute. This is so like ironic and like just like, oh my goodness. Were you with me when I was actually reading up on his name is Matt Walker, and he's an adventure consultant. And I was just reading about his life. He's this man that goes on these mountain climbs and he climbs the mountains, but when he got up there, he felt real disconnected and unfulfilled. And so what he has done in his life was turned from a physical adventurist to a mindful adventurist.
Mm.
And so what he does is he creates adventure for other people, like you were just saying. I was like,
Uh,
that's so awesome.
that has to
It's
be
it's so
awesome.
surprising that you mentioned it, right?
Yes, yes, yes. That really does have to be amazing to have those to create adventures for other people. That is a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. And then to be able to like when you see your child or someone you love, when you give them a gift and you see their eyes just open up, right? And they're so
Mhm.
excited. So that's kind of what you get when you're doing an adventure for someone. Each time he gets to live it through their eyes, through their enjoyment, through their
Exactly.
feeling, through their spirit, right? Through their soul. He gets to live that adventure with them, which is
Exactly.
beautiful.
And I think, if we really thought about adventure when it comes down to who we are and what we do in our professions or our businesses as entrepreneurs, is that, we are going on adventures every single day. I have this mind of mine that I tell people a lot about. It's very creative. God has blessed me with a very creative part of me. And when I'm like passionate about what I'm doing, I go into this mode where I'm just in the moment, right? And I'm very creative. And so that alone for me is to be right there in the moment, the now creating is an adventure. And it's a wonderful adventure. It sparks so much imagination out of me. And it makes me feel so good and so blessed and so joyful and peaceful at the same time.
I used to love, as you mentioned that, I love doing this still, but I don't have so much time because being an entrepreneur. But I always encourage people, I always encourage my grandkids, you want to go on an adventure? Like, yeah, grab a book, right?
Oh, yes.
You can take that book and you can go on the adventure wherever they are. And it's funny, my husband always asks me when I'm reading the book, he's like, where are you now? What part of the world are you in? Right?
Yeah.
And so that is so adventurous because you get to insert yourself again into the life of the characters in that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So there's
that
so many
somebody
different
said,
ways.
yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No.
That reminds me of somebody says, like, if you go to the movie and you're so like, you're not there in yourself anymore. You are engaged in what you're seeing on the screen. So you're pretty much projecting like you're right in it, living it with them, because you're right in the moment. You're in the now of that person's whatever they're showing on the screen.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's one thing we just need to do more of, or teach others, or impress upon others as we're going through life every day. I think to look at it as an adventure, because it is adventure. To always ask myself, and I pray, I say, Father, what was the purpose of me being down here? There's a reason why you have me down here, and I want to be able to fulfill it. So I know it's an adventure for me coming down here, being alive at this day and age. You have me here. I could have been alive 1,000 years ago, but for right now, you have me here. So let me enjoy the adventure for why I'm here right now.
That's
So,
beautiful. Yeah,
yes,
that's beautiful. I love that. I was
yes.
just thinking about my grandson. He's 19 years old and he's about to go off to California. He's
Okay.
going to Fullerton Junior College out there to play football. And
Mhm.
this is going to be his first time away from home, first time
Okay.
away from his circle, first time away from his mom, his grandma, and all the people that love him. And so I'm going to, talk to him before he leaves because he's about to go out on an adventure of his
Mhm.
life because he
Yes.
doesn't know what's in California. He knows nobody there. He doesn't know what to expect, what to do until he gets there. And every moment is going to it's going to unfold. His life is just going to unfold. And I think when you talk about somebody's life just unfolding right before them, that is an adventure because it's uncertainty out there. And you're just walking in the uncertainty every moment that you get. And
Absolutely.
so that's what I want to talk to him about.
Oh, and let them enjoy it, and not to how sometimes people are or tell us, well, do this and do that, and this is what's going to happen to you. And Alex, when you first said that, first thing came to my mind was, oh yeah, let me tell him about California. It's like, no, that reduces his experience
There,
in that adventure, right? And so we don't
absolutely.
want to do that. Yes,
Absolutely. I mean,
yes.
sometimes you have to give them some information to be on the safe side of things. But yeah, let it unfold. Let's see what's going to happen. You hopefully and prayerfully have raised, I raised to help raise my grandson up to be a best person, his best person while he's away from us. But he knows he has his support here and everything. But yeah, let it just unfold as they go along. So can I just read something from the Matt Walker, the adventurous consultant? He talks about the spirit of adventure. And the
Mhm.
spirit of adventure in quotes is this is a quote, you guys. It says, at the core, adventure is the willingness to learn and engage. It is the ability to take a leap into the unknown with mindfulness and grace. Framed this way, opportunity for adventure presents itself to us every single day.
Every
I
single
love that quote.
every single day. It does. It
Every
really, that is a
single day.
beautiful. That is beautiful. And so that's it. So as we encourage each other, right? So as we
Right.
go out into the world each day, it's just each moment is just to say, you
Mhm.
know what, this is an adventure. Even meeting with you today, it's like, okay, taking on a new
This is an
adventure
adventure.
today. I haven't done this before, because we could record every day, we could record all day long, but each interaction is a new adventure. And to look at it like that, so I think we get more enjoyment out of the things that we do. by that mindset. We talk about that mindset, and our mind is so powerful. You know, how you can just visualize yourself into another dimension,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And just sitting here, and so as you and I are talking, it's just a beautiful, because it keeps reminding me of that. You know what? Everything and every moment that you're here is an adventure, and so
Yeah.
seize the moment.
Hmm. I was thinking about some of the definition that I looked up, and sometimes adventure could be dangerous. You put yourself in a dangerous situation, and I thought about it. I said, "Well, I want to ask Vannessa, what has been your most exciting adventure that you can think of in your life that possibly caused you some fear?"
Oh, honey, let me tell you, it caused me some fear. I didn't even do it. Went to Africa, and they had a bridge that we had to
Ooh.
cross.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everybody, it was a whole group of us. I'm like, it's not happening. Everybody went across that bridge because I'm adventurous, but for me, I'm not a thrill seeker. So scaring
Yes.
myself is not fun. Being
Right.
scared that's not fun to me. I'm not going to pay my money to scare myself.
Yes. Yes. Right.
But it was amazing. And so everyone went across this bridge, and one person went across the bridge, and he was so scared, but the pressure of everybody else saying, go, 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 this is an adventure. You got to do this. You got to go. He went across the bridge, and he went across the bridge like this, right? Because he was so afraid. By the time he got done, his arms were just scraped from the
Oh,
rope, you know?
oh wow.
And when he got across, he's like, I should have just done like you and not went. And I'm like, I'm cool, but
Yeah.
it was an adventure for me to even say, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. Just being here is enough for me.
Yeah.
When you talk about, sometimes adventures can be so scary, and I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm like, my husband will go bungee jumping, he'll go flying out of plane. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Wow.
It's just not me. So if I really had to have an adventure, I have to think about an adventure that I really did. Um, I did. This is an adventure for me. I put my house, I moved out of my house. I got rid of everything I owned. Me and my husband got us a travel trailer, and we traveled across the country for 3 years, and we lived in our travel trailer. And we
What?
went all kinds of places, and it was the best thing that I've done in my life. So that was the adventure for me, to just get up and go, and working from the road and meeting new people. And
Oh
so I love it.
wow.
I will do it again in a heartbeat. So that was
Oh,
a,
I commend you.
yeah,
That's awesome right there. That is awesome. I could just only imagine
oh,
because
it's beautiful.
when we talk about traveling, I'm that person that's stuck. And I
Mm-hmm.
really want to get out of being stuck. I want to venture out. I want to be able to get in a car and drive so many hours and get to another state and just see what they have in that state and things of that nature. My kids and grandkids, they fly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Me, no. Because the one thing that I have to just admit is that what holds me back from being adventurous or going on adventures is the fear of the unknown, the fear of the what ifs I always say is going to happen. I had used to have more of a catastrophic type of thinking. I'm just going to be honest, everybody. I'm being transparent here. And that has held me back in my life. But recently, I have thought about, well, what if you got on a plane and you got there and it was safe and you had the best time of your life? Think of it that way. You know what I'm saying? So, but the fear factor sometimes causes us not to be that person that we can ultimately be, or maybe even the way we've been created to be, the purpose, like you talked about in our lives, the plan that which is greater, whatever that which is greater for anybody in the world. What is that? What does that look like for you? And don't allow the fear to get in the way of you being adventurous.
And you can have fear, but don't be frivolous. I think sometimes people are such thrill seekers that they don't take caution. I'm very cautious, and I hear that you're saying, I'm very cautious. I know what could happen,
Mhm.
and sometimes people they don't even think about what could happen. They just throw caution to the wind. But it sounds like you and I were just like, we're just a little cautious. We're like, well, wait a minute. What happens if this happens, right? And I think when you talk about our minds, I think our thinking gets in the way of us doing so many different things, because we already have said this is what the outcome is going to be. And it's like, really? Is that really what the outcome is going to be? Right. And
Yeah.
then I heard you just say, well, you know what? I keep telling myself at the other end, I'm going to be safe and I'm going to have a good time. Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. But that's part of the adventure. That's part of the
Yes,
adventure. Yeah.
that's
That's what I like
something.
about being on the East Coast versus being on the West Coast. The West Coast
Uh-huh.
you can drive all day long and you're still in California, right? But on the
Mhm.
East Coast you can drive all day and you could visit state after state after state. And I love that. Not that I'm a driver.
Mhm.
I don't drive much myself.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
something. I was also thinking about the adventure of just being on social media and the challenges that we have to get out here and put ourselves out here in front of the world. And one is just an adventure, just learning how to navigate through social media, right? My grandkids got it locked down. You know, you got the babies on the telephones at 2 years old, knowing how to navigate. But me, I'm like, okay, so is that person real, or is that a scammer or a spammer or whatever they call them? Am I putting myself in harm's way? And so, as we learn these things, it opens up your mind to all of the possibilities, whether they're positive or negative, right? And so those are the things that have been on my mind when it comes to being uh, connected to adventure.
Ooh, social media is definitely an adventure. And I tell myself, as you can, as everyone can see us right now, for both of us, we got a little gray
Mhm.
right here, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great,
Got
great.
just got a little tad bit gray right going on about here. So I'm sure both of us all our life has probably been a little bit, because we just talked about it a minute ago, a little bit cautious when it comes to adventures, right? And so now as I'm graying more, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, especially with this social media and everything. I'm just going to get out here and just do it. Because if I
Yeah,
don't do these things now, when am I going to do it?
yes,
Right? Because
absolutely.
as I'm aging, the opportunities are less, and then we know what happens at the end of the age. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop worrying about this and that, all this stuff on social media. You know how we're
Mhm.
always worried about, oh, I wonder if they got my social security number. If I want, we're always worrying. I wonder if they can see me. You know, they can see you through the TV. All these things, and so it stops us from being adventurous and just going out and doing. And I'm like, you know what? They already have it. They know about me. Anybody want to know anything about me? They can track me down and find me. And so just enjoy the ride, enjoy the adventure, enjoy talking to Miss Andrea Turner,
Yeah,
who's out here helping people and saving people in the mind, body, and spirit, right? Because if
yeah.
we didn't take this adventure, I would have never met Andrea Taylor, who cares us so much about people that she's like, you know what? Let me work with you to get balance. Let me work with you holistically to take care of who you are, show you how you can take care of yourself and how you can live these adventures through your mind, your body, and your spirit, right?
Oh,
And
wow.
sometimes you don't even have to leave where you are. So it's just such a pleasure. And that's part of the adventure, being able to meet people like you.
Yes. And the best part about it is that we have platforms and we have technology that has brought us to a point where we can see people around the world. We can see what other people are doing and hear them and talk to them and reach them. And so that in itself, being able to get out there and be adventurous in the area of technology is a great thing. And so I love the fact that we're talking about adventure, because before the subject matter came up, I've never really thought about it. And I don't know how many more people are out there like me, just really never thought about adventure. But probably on most days, they're out there on an adventure because life is a journey.
Life is a journey. And I hope everyone, whoever watches, is able to glean from this, that they have the opportunity to sit back and think about the adventure and how in their life is adventurous, or they're putting a little bit more adventure into their life, because this is making me say, you know what, I'm just going to put a little bit more adventure in my life every day. And then look at everything that I do with it, petting my dog, walking my dog, whatever it is that I'm doing, just make it more of an adventure.
Yeah, yeah. And along that, the thing that comes along with adventure is commitment, being committed to that thing, right? So being committed to open up your heart and your mind to whatever is going to be right before you and just walk into it with curiosity and with your imagination. And I think that is one of the wonderful things about having a body, a spirit, and a soul, is that you get to know so much about your environment, your world around you, through all of your senses that we have. The way we've been created, you guys, is just awesome, awesome, and awesome. And so I can't wait to go on the adventure of teaching other people how to connect with who they are. What I actually like to do, the adventure that I want to be on, is that I want to help people to go beyond themselves to become themselves.
That's right. That's right. And you said something earlier, is to find out who I am. Who am I? You know, we are more than just this vessel that we're in, right?
Yeah.
It's like and it's not who am I through everything that was put upon me. You know, they say that, you know, kids are told, and we all know, we're told, no, 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 don't do this. We're taught fear. We're taught no. We're taught what we can't do. We're told what we should do and what we shouldn't do. Who was I before everything in this world put this stuff on? I'm going to say all the little mini adventures we took that formed us, and that people formed us through that. Now I'm going to take that. Now my adventure is pulling off all of that stuff that people has put on me, my parents, my siblings, my friends, and my teachers, and everybody, spouses, everybody. My adventure now is to pull all that off, and to find out who I am without who people said that I was supposed to be. That's my adventure.
That is awesome, because when you were talking just now, that reminds me of the programming from the time we were born all the way up until our years, and created to who we've become, right? But now we have the capability of reprogramming.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
And take the adventure of reprogramming, your mind, reprogramming your habits, reprogramming whatever to become that person that you truly want to become.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And it is such a great adventure. Right now in my life, I am a raw vegan. So I eat just fresh fruits and vegetables, and everybody's like, what is wrong with you? What, will you please eat something cooked? I'm like, no, I'm enjoying this. I'm getting a chance to see who I am, to be able to choose what I want to eat without all of the traditions. And everybody says, well, this is the food you should eat, and this is the, and I feel phenomenal. So every day I get an adventure, because I feel like I'm 12 sometimes, because I'm putting nothing but live foods in my body, right? And so I'm just like, oh, I just feel so good. I want to go do this, and I want to go that. And sometimes I'll just jump on my bike and I'll just go. And so it's like right now, I get to live this wonderful adventure. I've been a vegan for over 10, 11 years, but now I'm going strictly raw. And so that is a total adventure for me every day when I prepare a meal or learn how to prepare a raw dish, because there's so many different things you can do now. It's an adventure for me just to eat something different. It's an adventure for me. So it's a really good place to be, like you say, reprogram myself. Let me reprogram. So I'm reprogramming every cell in my body with giving that electrical food. So I'm reprogramming everything, cleansing it out, and just putting stuff in that I want to put in. So it's good. So
that's beautiful. I commend you for that. And let me ask you this. So you're increasing your energy too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And with increased energy, more adventures come for you. They're going to follow you. They're going to be like, hey, I'm here for you. Because you
come
got
try
the
this
energy.
over here.
Yes.
Hi, I'm adventure over here. Yes.
I love it. This is awesome. This has been such an awesome conversation. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's been it's a pleasure to get to know you. And for us to get to talk about this topic that I think we don't talk about. Now, you probably won't hear too much about it when we talk about the social media, right? Just two people just sitting down and just talking about adventure, and not just using our whole life to work, and not enjoy the journey of what we're doing every day.
Amen. I agree. Thank you so much for this. It's been an awesome, awesome conversation and an adventure.
It's been an adventure. To many more adventures. To many more adventures. So,
thank you.
Yes. Thank you. So I hope everyone enjoys our conversation. Whoever gets an opportunity to take a look at it, just so you know.
Yes, I'm sure they will. Just continue on the adventure path, your journey in life.